Welcome to the Nigerian Bar Association Abuja Branch Unity Bar Young Lawyers Forum Summit 2024. Your Excellencies, Senior Advocates of Nigeria, Attorneys General of State, Principal Partners, law firms here represented, old and young lawyers, captains of industries, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press. Welcome to the Nigerian Bar Association Abuja Branch Unity Bar Young Lawyers Forum Summit 2024. Now, to everyone in the room who made it down here outside of Abuja, please can you indicate by a show of hand? I came here outside of Abuja. Oh, I see a sister, another sister, another sister. We have so many sisters who came in. Oh, yeah, we have brothers now. Please put your hands together for them. Celebrate them. Welcome to Abuja, the nation's capital. It's so good to have you join us this morning. Okay, we have a quick task just as we're starting. I want to respectfully ask everyone to please rise. Please rise, everyone. Take about 7 steps away from your seat. You want to go right, you want to go left, you want to go forward, backward. Please, everyone, respectfully, I ask you to rise. Just take some steps away from your seat. So maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just want you to have a new neighbor. Get yourself a new neighbor. You will be back to your seat. Say hello to them. Say good morning. Welcome to Abuja. Welcome to this Young Lawyers Forum. What's your name? Get something about them. Tell them something nice that you yourself you would like to hear. Your Excellency is abandoned. How come nobody is coming to? Oh, yes. So good to see. Nice. All right. All right. I like the smiles that I see. I like the shakes. I like the hugs. It's so good to have you, everyone. Welcome back. We may now come back to our seats. I see that network has started. I see networking. You may now return to your seats. We have more pleasantries to do as we proceed. Thank you so very much. My name is Ruth Onoshorena Obozeke. Every time I mention my name, I get the look, how many sentences? Well, it's just simple. So it's okay for you to call me Ruth Rena. I'm a broadcast. Thank you. So you could just call me Ruth. Oh, I would say what you could call me. I know the name is long, so I would help you. Call me Ruth Rena. I'm a broadcast journalist. Oh. All right. So I'm a broadcaster. I produce and present Kakaki Social that talks about trends on national issue every day on Africa Independent Television. I am the convener of the Rena Shut Up Conference, an annual wellness and leadership event for students in secondary schools, senior secondary schools across Nigeria. And it is my absolute honor, when I say absolute honor in every sense of the word, absolute honor to welcome you this morning to, what are we doing here this morning? Young Lawyers Summit. So it is my absolute honor to welcome you to Young Lawyers Summit. Now, I'll take some words from the post that I've seen Young Lawyers Summit make on Instagram. And it says that the team has worked tirelessly to make sure you have a transformative experience as the pressing needs of young lawyers in Nigeria will be addressed today at this summit. Also, This summit will be the most impactful gathering you will attend this year, 2024. And they are confident about that at the end of 2024, you would look back and say, of all the meetings that I attended, the Young Lawyers Forum Summit was the most impactful, and it will shoot you to excellence in your legal career. Now, a quick picture of what we have to do today. We would be unlocking the powers of young lawyers for success, which will mean that we align ourselves with the summit and the theme, which is limitless possibilities, unlocking the power of young lawyers. Now, diversified practice opportunities will be shared with us, and how you can leverage on them, profitable practice, and much more before we call it a day. Lawyers, senior advocates of Nigeria, lawmakers, our friends and colleagues will be here. They will take turns to talk to us, and all of your questions will be answered. Everyone who is just joining us, you are welcome again. We would recognize names much later, but certainly you know that you are the most important person in the room today. So at this point, let's quickly have the chairman, Young Lawyers for Unity Bar, the person of Najib Waziri, for his welcome address, which will be the very formal address. Please celebrate him until he gets here.
Your Excellency, keynote guest speaker, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, the former Speaker House of Representatives, 2015 to 2019. Our guest speaker, Are Olumuyiwa SAN, Akimboro SAN, the branch chairman, Steve Emeleze, our worship, Mawuche Omodun, His Excellency, the former governor of Bauchi State, NBAabuja, Professor Larry Alade, Associate Professor Mrs. Bulkisu, Mr. Ahmed Wada Ahmed, Mr. Ibrahim Abdullahi, CEO Nasra Investment Agency, Dr. Mukhtar Nasser, or Mrs. Mujurao Ogunla. I sincerely apologize, the Chief Emeka Golu SAN and Paul Harris Ogolo SAN. In our midst, I can also see the chairman of NBA Women Forum, Mrs. Hoylua Mohammed. My special guest of honors, the wildlife chairman of Buari, wildlife chairman of Yanya, wildlife chairman of Jos, wildlife chairman of Garki branch, wildlife chairman of Panchi branch, and wildlife chairman of Bogolada. Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. It is my singular honor and privilege to stand before you today with great pride and enthusiasm as we gather here for this historic event, which is just one of many to come. Today is an important day, not just for me, but for all young lawyers in Abuja as we gather here to unlock the powers of young lawyers and open doors to limitless possibilities. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending my deepest and sincere appreciation to the chairman of the branch for having confidence in me and my team to lead this vibrant community of young legal minds. I would like to extend my deepest appreciation to the members of my executive committee for their unwavering support and confidence in my leadership. I would also like to extend my sincere appreciation to all members of the planning committee, especially my brother, the chairman of the planning committee, Adekule Olanpekun. We were here with him yesterday up to 1 a.m., and this morning he was here as early as 7 a.m. I would like to appreciate them for unprecedented commitment and sacrifice they have made in making this event a successful one. On behalf of my ESCO, the Summit and the Summit Planning Committee, and the entire young lawyers of Unity Bar, we would like to especially appreciate our esteemed sponsors in the category of sponsorship. We wish to appreciate our special guest of honor, the President of Abuja Chamber of Commerce, Chief Emeka Golu SAN Live Venture, for finding it worthy of his support. Sir, please stand up for a round of applause for him. We wish to appreciate the law firm of Paul Harris Ogbole SAN and Co. for generously supporting us via a silver sponsorship package. Let's please stand up. A round of applause for him. He was actually the first person to support this summit. Barely 24 hours after I met him to support the summit, he gave us his own donation. Thank you very much, Lionsik. I wish to appreciate the Managing Director of City Law Firm, Barrister Paul Kasim SAN, who happens to be the partner of my branch chairman, for generously supporting us via a silver sponsorship package. Lionsik, please. Most importantly, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we wish to appreciate the law firm of Akimboro & Co. for generously supporting us via a gold sponsorship package. Lionsik Area Akimboro SAN is the biggest and largest supporter of this event. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to use this medium on behalf of all young lawyers in the Unity Bar to appreciate the president of the bar, President Mazi Afa Mosigwe, and all the members of the NEC for their generous consideration for young lawyers to be able to attend the conference scheduled to take place in August, August next year in Port Harcourt. For those of you who are not aware, the president and his NEC has approved. The chairman of the planning committee is here actually. Maybe they have approved 40,000 naira for all young lawyers from 1st December to 1st May 2025. That's the conference fees. I think this is the first of its time. This is evident that Mr. President has started to fulfill his promises to the young lawyers. So, Mr. President is here with us. Really appreciate you, Mr. President. My dear colleagues, I want you to know we understand the plight of young lawyers in Abuja, the struggles of starting a career, and the challenges of finding opportunities, the frustrations of navigating a competitive environment. We feel your pain and we are committed to everything possible within our means and our power to address it. That is why our executive committee has been working tirelessly to introduce initiatives that will lead to limitless possibilities and unlocking the hidden gems and powers in us. My dear colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as part of our efforts to roll out initiatives that will promote the interest and welfare of young lawyers, thereby leading to limitless possibilities for us, I'm pleased to inform you that from January 2025, we will commence the Unity Bar Young Lawyers Mentorship Program. This program is designed to introduce young lawyers not just to the legal practice, but also to the corporate world to foster their growth, development. The program aims to equip the young lawyers with advanced legal skills, knowledge, and best practices, enhancing their intellectual capacity and performance. Through mentorship, young lawyers will gain valuable insight, guidance, and support, enabling them to navigate the legal profession with confidence and professionalism. The program is designed to be a very flexible program for both the mentee, the mentor, and the mentor's organization. For those of you who are interested, kindly visit our website in the upcoming days to find out more about this legacy initiative. To our leaders in the bar, I see a couple of SANs here and senior lawyers. I wish to invite you to sign up or make a pledge to partake in this mentorship program to further demonstrate your commitment to nurturing and unlocking the powers of the next generation of young legal professionals at this historic summit. Your Excellency, the keynote speaker, I would like to indulge you to kindly help us in facilitating with the National Assembly and the NILS with this program. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm pleased to inform you that the leadership of the branch has generously accepted a recommendation put forward to them by our executive committee to introduce the Unity Bar Journal. This journal will be a biannual publication showcasing scholarly articles, analysis, and commentary from legal practitioners. This initiative aims to provide a platform for both senior and young lawyers to share their perspective, research, and expertise on various legal issues, promoting intellectual discourse and advancing the legal profession. I'm pleased to inform you that the branch chairman has given me the honor to announce at this historic event an informal call for publications. A formal call will be released in January, which will be available on the branch website, social media handles. You can also find out more information about this journal on our website. I know one of our keynote speaker, one of our panelists, Moyo Atoyi BSN, likes to write. So, there's an avenue for you to showcase your writings. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm pleased to inform you that the leadership of the branch has graciously approved the constitution of the Unity Bar Young Lawyers Pro Bono Project. The aim of this project is to provide a platform for young lawyers to enhance their professional development, foster a culture of social responsibility and community service, and most importantly, to begin to start up meeting of the requirement to attain this rank of the senior advocate at the earliest stages of their career, to avoid many of the issues we have seen when trying to attain the requirement. The team appointed to drive this project will work with relevant stakeholders to identify cases that lack legal representation and present their cases and facts to the members of the Unity Bar Young Lawyers Forum for their consideration and adoption of any interested cases. I'm glad her worship is here. Maybe your worship, you will help us. We'll come to pay you an official visit to help us with this project. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to inform you that on the approval of the leadership of the branch, we have, on behalf of the branch, entered into discussions and negotiations with an organization to secure scholarship opportunities for members of the branch who wish to enhance their educational qualifications, be it degree programs, master's program, or PhD. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is just to mention a few of our initiatives we are currently working on to achieve our mandate. All these initiatives are designed. Mr. President, you're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Nigerian Bar Association, the President of Africa's largest bar, and the President of Young Lawyers, President Mazi Alpha Mosigwe SAN, just walked in with his entourage. Please, a round of applause for him. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is just to inform you of the initiatives we are currently working on to achieve our mandate. All the initiatives are designed to outlive not just our tenure, but all our lives. We're in talks with various organizations to offer opportunities for young lawyers to thrive and give you the experience and exposure we need to succeed. We're also exploring partnership with companies to provide training and resources that will equip you with the skills to excel in the modern legal landscape and, most importantly, to unlock the hidden powers in us. My dear colleagues, I want to assure you that we're doing everything possible to contribute to making some of your dreams come through. In order to serve you better, please always feel free to reach out to us via our mobile numbers, our social media handles, or our website for your inquiries, suggestions, and critics, as we're humans and we're bound to err. As we move forward, I encourage each and every one of you to get involved, share your ideas, and take advantage of the resources and opportunities available through our forum. Together, we can achieve greatness and make a meaningful impact to the legal profession in Nigeria. We're indeed here to make sure that we unlock the powers of young lawyers and give them limitless possibilities. Mr. President, thank you for coming. Mr. President, in your absence, we're appreciating you for finding the young lawyers worthy of your consideration and your neck at the just concluded neck for giving us the consideration of paying 40,000 for over a period of 5 months. Please, a round of applause for him. That is the end of my speech. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the single gentleman, my fellow young lawyers. God bless the NBA. God bless my fellow young lawyers, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Najib Waziri. Please, are you going to celebrate him? Thank you. One key thing I heard, he wasn't shy about, we need something, please give it to us. You know when you need something like, it's like, no. He came straight up here and he said, please, we need this, you have to give us. Please, can we celebrate his demurity? Thank you so very much. At this point, I'd like to recognize a few names. Your name might just make it later, so don't bother yet if I don't call you now. So we'd like to recognize Mazi Afam Osigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who is the President, Nigeria Bar Association. He just came in. It's good to have you, sir. We have another Afam O Okere, Esquire, Pioneer Chairman of the Unity Bar Young Lawyers Forum, and the immediate past chairman of the branch. Good to have you, sir. His Excellency M.A. Abubakar, former governor of Bauchi State. You're welcome, sir. We have A.T. Aboki, immediate past chairman of the NBAYLF. Also in our midst this morning is Huwaila Ibrahim Mohammed, Esquire, the chairperson of the NBA Women Forum. Women supporting women. Where are your hands? Please double this one at this time. Thank you so very much, ma'am, and welcome. So we have more names. Adama Mohammed, past chairperson of the NBA Women Forum. YLF chairman, Nyanya, Joss, Suleja, Ida, Boari. Those are many people. It's so good to have you join us this morning. Also, we have Chief Emeka JP, SAN. Please celebrate them, everyone. In our midst also is Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, CFR, Speaker House of Representatives 2015 to 2019. He is not represented. He is here by himself. Are we going to celebrate him, everyone? Thank you so very much, and thank you for having us and joining us. Now, at this time, we'd like to have more remarks, and this one will be from the branch chairman, who is the person of Steve O. Emelieze, Esquire, FC, IARB, UK, United Kingdom, chairman, NBA Unity branch, that is hosting this event this morning. Please put your hands together for him until he gets here. I was thinking he'd continue to clap.
Mazia Fam Osigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, CFR, a former Governor of Bauchi State, Mr. NBAabuja, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Permit me to make this the established protocol for now. I will not stand on it. Let this be the established protocol. Distinguished colleagues, learned senior advocates here present, I'd like to thank all of you for finding time from your busy schedule to attend this YLF summit. Now, I'd like to say that appointment of the ESCOs of YLF Abuja was one of the most difficult things, because you have these young lads who are all around wanting to be chairman. I interviewed a couple of them. I asked them what their blueprint was. It was indeed the first committee that I appointed. And this ESCO appointed the committee without a prior notice. Some people held it on the floor of the house for the very first time. We kept doing elimination because indeed we realized that they were all gifted with different talents. And you will agree with me today from what you can see that these men are doing very, very well. Yesterday, I received an SMS and a WhatsApp message reminding me of today's program. And I do know that all the panelists and members who are here present got similar messages. At every point in time, all the way of this summit, the ESCO was carried along. I was, in fact, under pressure from them. But I must say that I am really, really impressed with the caliber of panelists that they have here. Professor, my dear sister, Bilkisu, the Right Honorable Speaker, I had no input in selecting any of these persons. So do not think that I was ably assisted by the chairman of the branch to be able to get the likes of Mr. NBAabuja, who of course everybody knows is a very bad man, or Yakubu Dogara, CFR, to be here. I didn't speak to him. I saw him here for the first time. They had their ways. And all of the things that they have put together that they are about to do, they have made so much contact. I'm indeed very impressed with them. And I'd like to thank our learned seniors. Are Olumuyiwa Okimboro, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Ogigomebe himself, Mr. Paul Harris Ugbele, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Akajugwa Anaocha, Chief Emeka Obegolu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Paul Kasim, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. All the reports got to the ESCO, how in different ways the YLF of the Unity Bar was not only welcomed, but was encouraged and was given support with the nick of time. I'd like to thank in absence too, Olumuyiwa Akimboro, Olumuyiwa Atoyebi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and so many other seniors. These men need our encouragement. They say they want to unlock limitless possibilities. They cannot do it alone. That is the essence of this discourse. That is the essence of this summit. I welcome all of you, and I thank you for finding time to be here. God bless you all.
All right. Thank you so very much. So we continue on our agenda this morning, but not before. We have to recognize some names at this point. So we have High Chief Emeka Obegulu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Bencher, President, Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Please celebrate him. High Chief Emeka, you are welcome, sir. We have Auta Nyada, National Welfare Secretary, NBA. It's so good to have you, sir. Please, by a show of hand, can we see you? Okay, right there. Please celebrate him. We have Nuhu Egi, immediate past chairman, NBA Kefi. Are you here, sir? All right, please celebrate him, everyone. It's so good to have you. Welcome to Abuja. Ajulu Chuku Eze, past PRO, NBAabuja. You're welcome to this summit. We have Dorcas N. Ugu, aka Mama Ba, from Buari Branch, former Assistant Financial Secretary of NBA. You look like Mama Ba, absolutely. Please celebrate her. Yeah, you are turning to see her. Yeah, welcome, ma'am. We also have students from the Nigerian Law School. We have Base University. We have Nigerian Nile University and University of Abuja. Hey, students! Where are we? Law students, are you in the room? Don't be shy now. You don't want us to know that you are law students. Where are you? No, you have to stand up, not like this. Not like this. Every law student in the room, please be upstanding. We need to see you. Absolutely. That's the way to go. Thank you so very much for making it down here today. We so respect you, we value you, and we welcome you. So, the next thing that we have on the agenda will be goodwill messages, but we need to have our guest speaker presentation, which will be for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I thought to summarize, but I'm told not to summarize by the organizers. They have said that I have to read everything that they have on the brochure, and they said this is already summarized. You can't do further summarizing, so you have to listen to me. Okay, so student from Veritas University, you are also here. Where are you? Oh, you even celebrated more than the persons I called. So yeah, celebrate yourselves again. Double celebrations for you. So where were the other ones I called? Why did you not celebrate yourselves? Everyone, you are welcome. And you know certainly, whether your name is mentioned or not, you are the most important person in the room today. So please celebrate yourselves again. All right, so here is an abbreviated citation of our speaker this morning. Are Olumuyiwa Akinboru, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, FCI, ARB, UK, FCIMC, Life Bencher. He was born in November 21, 1965. Let's say that he is just 2 years, or he's a whole 2 years older than Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara. Well, you'll find out later. 1964, 1965, and 1967. That is when our speaker was born, November 21, 1965. He was born to late Senator Chief Ademola Ezekiah Akinboru and late Chief Mrs. Anna Adefunke Akinboru of Kuta Kingdom of Ayedare local government area, Osun State. He pursued his legal education at Lagos State University. Anyone from LASU here? We have you? What do you say in LASU? You don't know. What do you say in LASU? You are what? LASU, we are proud. Okay, LASU. LASU. All right. So he earned his Bachelor of Law LLB honors in 1990 and subsequently attended the Nigerian Law School, where he was called to the Nigerian bar in 1991. His legal career commenced in reputable establishments, including the Plateau State Ministry of Justice, Femi Lalehin and Co., and Adetokunbo Kayode, Senior Advocate of Nigeria and Co., before he founded Akinboru and Co. in 1996. He's a senior advocate of Nigeria and a principal partner of Akinboru and Co., a distinguished law firm with headquarters in Abuja, alongside branches in Lagos and Port Harcourt. A Harvard-trained negotiator, he holds fellowship in the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, United Kingdom. People are not clapping, it's like you're not hearing me. Thank you. And the Chartered Institute of Management Consultant, FIMC, and has achieved the esteemed title of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, SAN. His national service includes roles such as member of the FCT Judicial Service Committee, FCT Land Use Allocation Committee, and the Federal Judicial Service Commission. Additionally, he serves as a council member of Abusima and sits on the governing council of the University of Benin. Now I have to shout too. I did not attend University of Benin, but I'm from Edo State. Now, in the legal profession, thank you so very much. In the legal profession, Akinboru, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, has held numerous positions such as Secretary and Chairman of the NBAabuja branch, past General Secretary of the Nigerian Bar Association, the life member of the NBA National Executive Committee. As a life bencher, just to say that he is a life bencher, he maintains a lifetime membership on the board of benches, the highest decision-making entity in Nigeria's legal sector. Students, if you want to sow your applause to him, if that's all you have to give to him, you have to do it right now. You are still in school and someone is already bagging a lifetime space in the highest decision-making entity in the career that you have chosen. And then he serves on multiple corporate boards, recognized for his philanthropy and humanitarian contributions. Are Bamofin of Kuta Kingdom, as he is titled, has passionately supported numerous causes for the underprivileged. He is happily married to Mrs. Flora Taiwo Akinboru, and they have 3 children. Please celebrate him. And then his interests include traveling, reading, sport, intellectual discussions, and research. So he will be up here in a minute to speak to us. Not just that we wanted somebody to speak to you, but because we have someone who is qualified to talk to you about the subject we're looking at today. So please, everyone in the room, with a shouting, with a clapping, with a standing ovation, you should be excited. I just said with a clapping, with a shouting, with a standing ovation. Please join me as I make welcome a senior advocate of Nigeria to the mic in the person of Are Olumiwa Akinboru. Yes, he's observing protocols. He will be here in no time. So he will be talking to us on limitless possibility.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My president, Mercy Afamosigwe, I pay my respect. I want to stand on all the existing protocol as established, but not going forward without recognizing Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, former Speaker, House of Representatives, and my Egbon, His Excellency NBAabuja, former Governor of Bauchi State. Our mothers are here. The NBA Women Forum and their chairperson, I pay my respect. My chairman, Steve Emeliese, chairman of branches, my chairman of our forum, Young Lawyers Forum, of which I'm a member. Because I had an argument or a discussion with the MC who was trying to claim that she's younger than me. But when we check our DNAs, we discovered that I was actually younger than her. Chairman of various YLF forum of her branches that are here to celebrate with us. Our special guests, I cannot go through the names quite long, and my 30 minutes will have run out before I do that. My colleagues, both in the inner and the outer bar, and not to forget our law students. I welcome all of you to this great occasion. Please, law students, give yourself a round of applause. I count it a great thing of joy and honor to be in your midst today to share thoughts and rub minds with our brilliant and enterprising young lawyers of NBAabuja Association, Abuja branch. On this occasion of Young Lawyers Summit commencing today, the 14th day of November 2024, with the theme Limitless Possibilities. I want to say it's always a pleasure for me to share moments and engage with young minds, particularly young lawyers. It's always thought-provoking, intellectually stimulating, and eventual outcome is always very rewarding. I want to thank my president, Mazi Afamosigwe. He was described as young lawyers president. I envy you. I hope that one day I'll be so described. And he has started very well, excellently. The chairman of Young Lawyers just said that he has graciously approved 40,000 as conference fee for young lawyers. Mr. President, more grace to your elbow, and God will continue to protect you. Thank you very much. On behalf of all of us and our young colleagues, I thank you once again. I want to thank the chairman of the NBAabuja Association Abuja branch, Steve Emeliese Esquire, for supporting the initiative of the young lawyers of the branch and giving them the necessary platform to express themselves, interact, and network. I want to also especially thank you for the choice of leadership, because what we have seen today is as a result of the dynamic leadership that you have put in place. I want to also thank the Young Lawyers Forum of the Unity Bar under the leadership of Najib Wasiri and his ESCO for organizing this event and for the choice of theme, Limited Possibilities, which I consider very apt as it encapsulates the infinite and boundless potentials that every young lawyer possesses within him or her. When I thought of this theme, I remember with nostalgia the day I was called to Nigeria Bar in 1991. I was a young lawyer like you. armed with only my call to birth certificate, my wig and gown. Truly, and my little knowledge of law, which is neither here nor there. I knew that a new journey has begun and that I must embark on the same with diligence, passion, and integrity. Then I vowed to make a success out of the journey, and I went to tutelage. Please underline tutelage. In a number of legal establishments, including Plateau State Ministry of Justice, Femi Lanleye & Co., and Adetokunbo Kokade, SCN & Co., before I established my firm in 1996. The journey was difficult and challenging, but I can tell you, at the end, very fulfilling. Today, I'm a senior advocate of Nigeria and a life venture. This is possible, and we can all attain this. Truly, I can tell you proudly, law is a leveler, and legal profession is a fair master. It rewards strictly based on your input. So, in law, what you put in most time is what you get. I must say that my story, which I believe is similar to that of everyone who has achieved success in legal profession in Nigeria, whether at the bar or on the bench, attests to the fact that successful senior lawyers were once a young lawyer. However, with passion, perseverance, hard work, commitment, and consistency, every young lawyer has the potential to become, and there is no limit to what can be achieved. The legal space in Nigeria keeps growing with a lot of emerging areas of practice, where lawyers, particularly young lawyers, can develop a practice and carve a niche for themselves. The practice of law in Nigeria has evolved from the regular and traditional area of practice, such as litigation and other modern and developing areas where your lawyers, especially young ones, can discover gold mines. Most of these emerging areas of practice are contemporary to young lawyers, which confer on you special advantage over some of us. Some of us that you like to term as older generation counterparts. As you people have peculiar understandings of activities in this area, some of which are technology. The world is evolving rapidly, and technology law is the major driver of that change. Young lawyers today have the unique chance to harness the power of technology and transform the legal profession. Tech law, as it's called, and innovation is rapidly growing. And there are so many opportunities for young lawyers to explore in this area of practice, as lawyers who are experienced in the field are in high demand by tech clients who need guidance on legal issues surrounding technology, the digital payments and commerce platforms, including ownership of intellectual property rights, inherent in those technologies, data protection and privacy, as well as cyber security issues. We also have the entertainment law area. In Nigeria, we all know the entertainment industry is a boom. From Nollywood to the thriving music industry. The demand for skilled legal professionals in entertainment law is growing every day, whether it is advertising, advising musicians, filmmaking, or content creating, intellectual property rights, contract negotiation, or licensing. The scope for a career in entertainment law is vast. Young lawyers have an incredible opportunity to carve a niche in this vibrant sector. ADR. We are all witnessing a shift towards ADR. ADR is alternative dispute resolution. And this is a sector where young lawyers can truly shine. ADR, whether through mediation, arbitration, or negotiation, has become a preferred method of resolving conflicts. The beauty of ADR is that it offers young lawyers the chance to put not only The chance to not only serve as practitioners, but also to become thought leaders and experts in this growing field. It is an area where you can make a real difference in helping individuals and organizations find creative solutions to their disputes. You also have areas like advisory and corporate practice. In the corporate world, young lawyers are finding opportunities to provide advisory services to companies and startups in areas ranging from mergers and acquisition to regulatory compliance, tax law, and more. As business grows, so does the need for lawyers, who can navigate the complex legal framework and offer sound counsel. The advisory space is particularly welcoming for young lawyers, which is an entrepreneurial mindset, who wish to grow their career alongside thriving industry. The litigation also cannot be left out. We should not forget the tradition, yet ever relevant field of litigation. The courtroom remains the heart of our legal jurisprudence. The nature of litigation is evolving, particularly with the introduction of virtual hearing and digital filing in our various courts, making this practice area more efficient and interesting. It is also to be noted that a lot of matters still end up in court, and litigation lawyers still smile to the bank. So there is therefore room for practitioners who also own their advisory skill in the courtroom. Now, with all these possibilities available in legal profession, the space of specialization cannot be overemphasized. While it is not wrong for a lawyer to try his hand in diverse practice areas, it is important that one should have a core area of specialization where he is known as an authority. The advantage that specialization confers is enormous, including receiving referrals, even from your colleague, and consulting for fellow legal practitioners who are not specialized in that field. Furthermore, I enjoy you to network and build synergy with your colleagues, as collaborative efforts will always yield better and greater support. The importance of synergy is that it enables one to take advantage of unique expertise, skill, experience, and social capital of other colleagues in achieving results, and maximizing client satisfaction, which is always key to growing in your professional career. To be effectively positioned to take advantage of the limited possibilities open to young lawyers, continuous self-development is very important. The young lawyer must engage in personal and career practice development programs that will set him apart from others. The law is dynamic, and the young practitioner must strive to keep abreast of development in his chosen and other practice area. One of the ways this can be achieved is by taking advantage of different continuing legal education programs, some of which are free. I know that the NBA has a very thriving Institute of Continuing Legal Education that you can key into and learn a lot from. One of the ways that you can achieve this by taking advantage of different continuous legal education programs, some of which are free. Recently, Project Bar, an initiative of our firm, sponsored 50 young lawyers across Nigeria to the Chartered Institute of Arbitration Nigeria Branch Conference in Abuja. And the feedback from beneficiaries regarding the personnel and practice development impact that they derive from the conference have been very inspiring. I also urge you to seek mentorship and guidance from senior colleagues and benefit from their wealth of experience garnered over the years. There are some aspects of law practice which are not necessarily taught in the universities and law schools, but which are very important for a successful legal career. Such skills, such as client management skill, field negotiation skill, which is very, very important. Ethic navigation can be subtly and gradually picked up and mastered by young lawyers by engaging in mentorship under experienced senior colleagues. As a lawyer, we must understand our position personality, status, and standing in the society. And in the scheme of things, and standing in society and in the scheme of things. By virtue of our training, the potential of a lawyer and their knowledge deposit far exceed the credit we accord ourselves. A lawyer is a writer, a poet, a social thinker, opinion molder, social critic, a teacher, an advocate of rights of various definitions, be it gender, societal, social, or humanitarian. A lawyer is a lawmaker, law interpreter, custodian of law and knowledge. A lawyer is an inventor, investor, creator, orator, motivator, tutor, and curator of history, precedent, and standard. The personality of a lawyer is not static. It is fluid and can find form in any setting or mode. A lawyer is an intellectual who is at home and keeps himself relevant and informed of development and changes as they come. A lawyer must be eagle-eyed to opportunities and see his environment and surrounding as a stage providing limitless opportunities. For you to be able to unlock these opportunities that are life-shaping and limitless value-creating, you must be mentally ready, open-minded, continuously and continually seek knowledge, and be calm enough to understand that the legal profession is a calling where you are the teacher's teacher, doctor's doctor, accountant's accountant, lawmaker's lawyer, and the brain behind the executives. In short, you are a master of all. Finally, I must sound a note that legal profession is built on ethics and integrity. Without ethics, the law in the hand of lawyers will become a tool for manipulation. The young lawyer must therefore be professional and take serious the rules of professional conduct for legal practitioner. He must deal honestly with his clients, as no client will want to retain a dubious lawyer. Character and integrity is therefore very important to a successful legal practice. Please, do not tamper with your client's money or engage in any conduct that will take you before the legal practitioner's disciplinary committee, as that is the easiest way to destroy one's legal career. My dear young colleagues, I urge you to believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your full potentials. Create a path for yourself. Follow same consistently and tenaciously. You will surely succeed. Your possibilities are limitless, and your potentials are only as limited as the boundary you set for yourself. You have everything it takes to achieve greatness. Go after it, and you will get it. The legal profession needs your energy, your idea, and your passion. You are the leaders of tomorrow. Embrace the responsibility, and together we can continue to shape a brighter and better future for our profession. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so. Okay, so when I moderate event and we have speakers speak to us, I don't usually go to next item, except you tell me keynotes. And because we have students in the room this morning, you have a lot to do, and we have a lot to do together. So quickly, tell me chorously, don't worry, chorously, what did he say today? We also have the immediate past chairman of Unity Bar, Young Lawyers Forum, Aru Baleze Ekeneji Esquire. Please celebrate them this morning. Thank you so very much. Now, the next thing that we will do is to pay our attention keenly. You know, you pay two things. You pay money and you pay attention. Now, this is free, but you need to pay something, which will be your attention. So we need to receive and hear from... Okay, so we just proceed and have our goodwill message this morning. And the very first goodwill message we'll be having would be, okay, so he's back. Sir, please, you don't have to sit. Just carry everything that you need to speak with us, and please just come. We were already waiting for you. So we have Mazi Afam Osigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, President, Nigerian Bar Association. Is that how you welcome your president? Sitting? Oh, wow. Please continue until he gets here. Thank you so very much. Good morning, sir.
Let me thank the leadership of the Young Lawyers Forum Abuja branch for inviting me to this program. And I also thank the chairman of the branch, who has also made sure that this platform, and indeed many other platforms, were provided for our younger colleagues to find expression, to meet together, and to articulate views on how to make life much easier and better for young lawyers. When Najib approached me as the chair of the YLF Abuja and insisted that I must be in attendance, I wasn't quite sure I could make it. But when he told me that the theme for the program was limitless possibilities, unlocking the potentials of young lawyers, I thought that was a very deep one. That was a very insightful one. In a conversation with one of my children some time ago, he said to me, why is it that your generation is much more optimistic than mine? He said many young people are very pessimistic. He said they have the fear of the future. And I said everybody did. But what you need is to have people who will be able to inspire you, and you inspiring yourself knowing that no matter how difficult it is, you will always excel at some point. And just like the beginning of everything, nothing is ever easy and nothing is ever too difficult. Your generation may not know a musician that my generation enjoyed, Jimmy Cliff. In one of his songs, he said, you can get it, or if you can make it if you really try. He said, if you try, you will succeed. And he said that there will be persecutions, that there will be tribulations. But the important thing is that at the end, you succeed. And so we are talking about limitless possibilities. And let me sound a note of warning. There has always been limitless opportunities in life. It's about what do you make of these possibilities. Every seed you see has the potential of achieving full growth. That little thing that can become a tree can become a very great tree. Potential. I wasn't quite good in physics, but I could understand the difference between potential energy and kinetic energy. And they said that potential energy is the one of energy of a body at rest. And kinetic energy is the energy of a body in motion. And so, if you have a plant, and let's imagine that all of us are seeds, and we fall on ground that is not fertile, or that may be somewhat fertile but does not receive adequate light, water, and sunshine, we may not grow to our full potential. So when you talk about unlocking the potential, it also means trainings, readings, and you making a conscious decision to unlock that power which lies beneath you to achieve that which you want to be. I'm going to sound a bit motivational this morning. And I tell people, life is not a contest between you and any person. There's no rivalry. And so if 50 of you are classmates, and in the first or second years of life of graduation, your classmates are already doing very well and you are not, don't worry about it. The sky is too wide. And somebody said to me asked me many years ago, have you ever seen two birds collide in mid-flight? And I said, I can't remember ever seeing one. He says, because the sky is too wide. So the fact that you're taken to flight, gaining great height, does not mean that another person cannot, or that it took you a while to. Never you worry, work hard, trust in God. At a time that the economy may not be doing well, so many sad tales, you may be deceived into thinking that people are not becoming billionaires, or that people are not making their first millions and building their first houses. And I always say to people, don't listen to the story of those who have failed. Listen to the stories of those who have succeeded. Because a bad time is a good time for many people. So when you join the profession and you see an Akimboro, an Are Akimboro, tell you about how God has brought him this far, he's a life bencher, he's a senior advocate, look at his story as a possibility of where God can get you, or even beyond where God can get you. Or when you're told about Yakubu Dogara becoming speaker at a very young age, then tell yourself you could become a speaker at a much younger age. So programs like these are meant to provide opportunities for us to rub minds. And for some of us Christians, they say that iron sharpeneth iron. So you must go to those who challenge you. So when people of your set are doing better, let it be a mere challenge for you to do better or as good as they have done. Not reason for envy, because envy will destroy you. So when your mates buy a car, genuinely celebrate them. Even if after celebrating with them, you have to trek home. Because it means if my generation, if those who went to school with me are already buying cars, that means mine is on the way. I will soon buy my own. And because I'm not the keynote speaker, I was only asked to come and say a few words. I will say thank you for the opportunity to stand here. You have distinguished panelists who are going to speak to us this afternoon. Let it not be a mere talk. Let it be a challenge to excel. A challenge to be the best of that which you have set out for yourself to be. A challenge to make the best of the profession. A challenge to know that at the end of it all, your actions may be judged by the rules of profession, and you may be kicked out of the profession if you take a wrong turn on the road. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, President Osigwe. Please celebrate him. Oh yes, we're doing it rightly now as he comes down. Until he gets to his seat, please don't stop clapping. Don't stop celebrating him. Okay, very quickly for 60 seconds. I'd like to bring up for his goodwill message, Chief Emeka J.P. Obegulu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. For 60 seconds, please let's receive Chief J.P. for his goodwill message. Until he gets the mic, please do not stop celebrating him. You know by now that is the tradition. Until he gets up here, gets the mic, do not stop celebrating him. He has 60 seconds, so he will be very fast. Maybe he will just do 30 seconds. Good morning, sir.
Distinguished colleagues, my president, the former speaker, I have 60 seconds, so let me utilize my 60 seconds very well. First is to thank the leadership of the young and team for inviting us to this program, and to thank all who have come here today. I can't say more after the president has spoken, and he has spoken for all of us, but I want to, by way of advice, tell you my concern when we say young lawyers and their challenges. By NBA Constitution, young lawyer is any person called to bar from between age 1 and I think 7, and under a specific natural age. Which age? 40? Is it 40? Come on. What age? Do we have an age limit? No age limit. And that is my concern. Tomorrow, Dino Melaye and Osita Chidoka will be called to bar. Are they young lawyers? For the purpose of the challenges faced by young lawyers, can we really classify them as young lawyers? Are they going to face the challenges you are facing? The Adeyanju Esquire is a young lawyer. Is he facing the challenges a young lawyer is facing? My point, Mr. President, is that we need to redesign the concept of young lawyers to place an age limit. Because for me, the whole idea of a young lawyers forum is to address challenges which young minds who are called to the bar will face, different from challenges which elders who are called to the bar will face. And the point is simple. As a young lawyer coming out from the law school, you face challenge of accommodation, you face challenge of employment, you face challenge of so many teething problems that you are confronted with. And when we come to the bar, we address the issues that concerns you as a young person. But again, there's the other category of young lawyers who are already well settled, who by their nature are already settled in life. They do not face same challenges. So my challenge is to the chair of the Young Lawyers Forum Abuja to design a bifocal program to address those who are coming into the bar with experience in life, and they need a different skill set to come into the bar. Then there are those who are coming into the bar fresh from the university and law school. Their challenges are different. And so we can bifurcate these programs to meet the needs and, of course, achieve the aim for which we'll set up the Young Lawyers Forum. So on that note, I thank you. I realize that from the program, I'll be speaking again sometime this afternoon. So let me reserve my thoughts on the other issues for my later speaking time. So I thank you very much, and I wish us all a beautiful enjoyment. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir. I like how long your 60 seconds can be, so it doesn't make a minute. So for the actor concerned at this point, we'd like to welcome, in continuation of goodwill messages, Afam O. Okere Esquire, pioneer chairman of the Unity Bar Young Lawyers Forum and immediate past chairman of the branch. Please come up, sir, for 60 seconds for your goodwill message. Did you hear who I invited? The very, very first chairman. For 1 minute, sir, you have the floor.
Mr. Chairman, let me first of all recognize a past chairman of NBAabuja branch and the 32nd president of the Nigeria Bar Association in the person of Mazi Afam Osigwe, senior advocate of Nigeria, live bencher. So on that note, let me stand on the already established protocol. First of all, I also want to recognize, thank the chairman of the branch in the person of Steve Emeleze and his team, and also Najib Waziri, the chairman of Young Lawyers Forum of the branch, for putting together this summit for all of us, particularly the young lawyers. I'm deeply honored to stand before you this morning to give this goodwill message as the pioneer chairman of the Young Lawyers Forum of this branch. I recall in 2008, under the chairmanship of Abdul A. Ibrahim, senior advocate of Nigeria, the forum was established in this branch. I'm so happy that the same forum has been growing in leaps and bounds. Please, a round of applause for the Young Lawyers Forum. The theme for this summit is limitless possibilities. Just like the president said, there are so many opportunities, possibilities for lawyers. But before we can assess those possibilities, we need to, first of all, discover yourself, discover your passion, because life is meaningful when you follow your passion. As a lawyer, when you discover the aspect of law you want to go into, it helps you in developing that particular area, in that area. And once you develop in that area, you'll be able to deploy your expertise in that area. That's the only way you can unlock the limitless opportunities and possibilities in the legal profession. You will agree with me that the law practice is gradually moving away from the traditional litigation. We have new areas, we have emerging areas, we have data protection, space law, arbitration, and all whatnot. And luckily in this branch, we have experts in so many of those areas who you can look up to. If you decide that you want to go into arbitration, we have somebody like Professor Idonije, who is a chartered arbitrator. In data protection, past welfare secretary of the branch, Adama Samade is an expert in that area, like so many other areas of practice. I do not believe in the school of thought that says, as it was in the beginning, so shall it be, world without end. No, we must key into the revolution. We must key into the change. And again, there's a new game in town, diversification and partnership. The era of personalized law practice is over, one-man business. We need to come together, create a partnership so that we'll be able to participate in the global legal practice. We have cross-border practice these days, so it's important that we'll keep our mind open and be willing to develop with the growing trend. Lastly, on behalf of the past chairman of the Young Lawyers Forum of the branch, I welcome us to this summit and wish us a very rewarding summit. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so very much, sir. Read him as he gets back to his seat. Okay, so just to mention that the existing protocols that we have has a very strong foundation. So as you come up, please just go straight to your message, 1 minute message. Thank you so very much. It's about that time that we have the first woman come up here this morning, and she's also speaking to us using her 1 minute. Huwaila Ibrahim Mohammed, Esquire, chairperson of the NBA Women Firm. Please celebrate her as she makes her way down here for her goodwill message. Okay, it seems to me that she's taking a break outside, so we have a woman again. Yes, it's your turn to say something to us. Please celebrate her. She's taking her time to get here. How else would you know that it's the turn of the woman if she doesn't take her time? We're missing our way. I'll just go back. And yes.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. President, permit me to stand. Anyways, I wasn't actually even invited. Where's Najib? I wasn't actually even invited, but the fact that Young Lawyers Summit is happening in Abuja, and I'm in Abuja, I see that I don't have any reason not to be here. So I congratulate the leadership of the Young Lawyers Forum. I wish you all the best, and this is a very, very encouraging event. It actually looked like a national event. So congratulations, Young Lawyers Forum Abuja branch, Unity branch, for your event. And I wish you successful deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Did you notice the difference? We are owing her some seconds. Please put your hands together for her as she makes her way back to her seat. The very first person who did not use up her 60 seconds. I'm not talking to anybody though. Okay, so we continue in the ride of goodwill messages. And at this time, we have 180 seconds, not 60 at this time, as we hear from His Excellency NBAabuja, former governor of Bauchi State. Please celebrate him for his goodwill message. He has 3 minutes to do this. Please celebrate him now. What's going on? Celebrate him. He's still mourning. Until he takes the mic, please do not stop. Thank you so very much, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Mazi Afam Osigwe, SAN Life Bencher, distinguished senior advocates here present, distinguished members of the body of benchers, including, of course, my younger brother, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, CFR. Let me begin by informing you that the Young Lawyers Forum did not invite me to this conference. I actually registered like any other person to attend. And I did this because of my love for the profession and the need for us to inspire the lawyers amongst us. I am NBAabuja. I am a former governor of Bauchi State. I'm a senior advocate of Nigeria. I'm a life bencher. I think that is enough to inspire all the young lawyers here, because at a point in time, I was like all of you here. I started life as a young lawyer, and I actually started life in public practice. I rose through the ranks in the Ministry of Justice of Bauchi State. I became an Attorney General twice. I served the military government, I served the civilian government. I did many other things. And this was because of the mentorship I received very early in life. I had the Solicitor General at one time of Bauchi State Ministry of Justice, who later became a High Court judge, late Justice Hassan Shamaki, who saw something in me and mentored me. At points, I even misunderstood him, because there was a time, it was at 11 p.m. in the night, when I was told that the governor of the state had appointed me as company secretary, legal advisor of Yankari Game Reserve and Tourism Limited. I never wanted to become a company secretary. So I went to my Solicitor General the next day. I wept while I was talking to him. I said I didn't want that. I was just coming out of the then House of Assembly of the Second Republic as the head of legal drafting. I wanted to catch up on practice. I had started catching up when suddenly that appointment came. But that was part of the mentorship I received from late Justice Hassan Shamaki. And that is what has set me up and encouraged me to mentor young lawyers. And I hope with this little speech, I will encourage a lot of you young lawyers to aspire. Let me also say, before I end my 3 minutes speech, that I have retired 3 times from service. First, I retired as Attorney General of Bauchi State in 1993. And it was to the legal profession that I went. I had a stint in INEC between 1997 to 2008. I was a resident commissioner, I was a national commissioner. In 2008, when I retired, it was to the legal profession that I went. I was a governor between 2015 and 2019. When I left governorship, it was to the legal profession that I went. So there must be something in the legal profession. You have chosen well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if you've been thinking, do I have to change? Your prayers or your questions have been answered. Please celebrate him one more time as he observes protocol, returning to his seat. I'd like to...
Well, Mr. President of the NBA, Maziafa Musigwe SAN, Life Venture, let me once again align with the already established protocol. I have the privilege of reading the citation of His Excellency Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, CFR, former Speaker, House of Representatives, and to usher him to deliver the keynote address. Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, CFR, was born on December 26, 1967 in Nigeria, a lawyer and legislator who represented the Bogoro Das Tafawa Balewa Federal Constituency in Bauchi State. He served as Speaker of the House of Representatives from 2015 to 2019, during which he led legislative reforms and set records, including the passage of 382 bills. Dogara's legislative priorities included democracy, rule of law, and economic development. Notable bills he sponsored addressed issues like data protection, corporate manslaughter, and establishing the Northeast Development Commission. Dogara's early education began in Bauchi, and he later earned a law degree from the University of Jos, followed by further studies in the UK. His career started in teaching and law practice before moving to politics, where he first won a House seat in 2007. Known for supporting the Not Too Young to Run Act, he expanded youth involvement in politics. He also advocated for reconstructing Nigeria's insurgency-affected Northeast states. Outside politics, Dogara is a philanthropist, sponsoring scholarship for underprivileged students and aiding orphans in IDP camps. His agricultural ventures provide local employment, and he holds honorary titles and awards recognizing his public service. Dogara is married to Gimbia Dogara and serves as Chancellor of Achievers University. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the keynote speaker for today, Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, CFR, former Speaker, House of Representatives.
Thank you very much. President of NBA, Chief Maziafa SAN, my leader and elder brother, Barrister NBAabuja, SAN, Chairman Unity Branch of the NBA, my brother Steve, the guest speaker, whom I met in my young days as a lawyer, Akimboro SAN. Permit me to say that I crave your indulgence to stand on existing protocols already established. But let me recognize my friend and brother of many years, my almost classmate, at Aberdeen, Professor Lighton, who is here. He met me, but I finished months before him. The chairman of the Young Lawyers Forum of the Unity Branch, Najib Waziri, and his team, distinguished members of the inner bar, my lords, distinguished colleagues in the legal profession. Let me start by thanking the organizers of this summit. And on behalf of all of us, to thank our leader and elder brother, I am inspired myself for volunteering to register for this summit and not having been invited. He is here in order to help us mold these young lawyers. I think he deserves a round of applause. For me, I think it was only last week that I got a text message from the chairman of the Young Lawyers Forum inviting me to come and deliver the keynote address. And he sought to know from me whether I would be busy. And I retorted that, Nazif, it doesn't matter whether I'm busy or not. Obviously, I have a lot of functions. I'm delivering speeches on almost 3 functions just today. But I said I will suspend everything. I will move some of the programs I will appear in forward to enable me to come and honor this invitation. And the reason being that we want our younger brothers, our children, to be better than us. Whatever we have achieved in life, we want them to achieve more because that is progress. And that is why I am here as well. So let's get to the business. You will notice that I don't hold a sheet of paper because I wanted to speak from my heart. And I believe when we do that, we connect more. Looking at the topic that has been given to me, limitless possibilities, I agree with that. But unlocking the powers of young lawyers is not in my character, in my training to irritate my horse. But spoiler alert, as young lawyers, I dare say that we are not powerful, so there's nothing to unlock. But my intervention will be in showing you pathways to accumulating the power that we can unlock in the future. And why? One of the reasons why I've said that we don't have powers yet at this stage is simply because most of us who are young lawyers here don't even know ourselves. Honestly, we have not been introduced to ourselves. My elder brother had spoken before. He mentioned the positions he had occupied. I believe when you were just a fresh lawyer, with your fresh wig, if someone had told you that you will be Attorney General later in life, you begin to question their sanity, much less say that you will be governor. So apparently, most of us here don't know what lies ahead of us in the future. Some might be president of this country. I hope so, I pray so, because that is progress. Some might be justices of various courts. Some might be speakers like me, Senate presidents, governors, ministers. But all these things are hidden from us. So when we talk about power, we're talking about influence. Influence, the ability to influence. Before I talk about this power, let me share something from my own personal experience as well. As a young week here in Abuja, we were operating very close to where my brother was, from Kayode and Co. I remember having the first motion to move in court. And the judge I was going to appear before had this reputation of meanness. Everybody said, oh no, he's mean. So I prepared the motion, as it is necessary with every young lawyer who wants to succeed. And I remember putting a mirror and moving this motion to myself almost 5 or 6 times. I wanted to be pinned perfect when delivering, since I was told, appear before a very mean judge. And I got there that very day with butterflies in my stomach. But I made a very pretty presentation before the judge. And he said to me, after that, he said, meet me in chambers. I met him in chambers. This was the very first time I was appearing before him. And as smart as he was, he told me, young man, I've seen that you will have a future in this profession. Unfortunately, he didn't see my future. But he said, look, in the bench we have challenges and we will need people like you. If you don't mind, in the next few months, when I have an opportunity, I will recommend that you be appointed a magistrate. So you can see how smart he was. He was trying to now divert me to the bench. But then I remember something a lecturer of mine told me in the university. He said, look, don't ever attempt to become a judge, because you have the tendency to drag the law, to expand it to limits that would not make sense. So I advise you, even if you have opportunity, don't venture into the bench. And I said, my Lord, with all due respect, I don't think that is my calling in life. So, okay, I give you opportunity, go and think about it. And truly, when the opportunity came, he sent me the forms. All I needed was to fill these forms, and then I'll become a magistrate here in Abuja. But I didn't do that. The rest is history. Now, please, I said I'll talk about pathways to acquiring power. And I crave your indulgence to listen to me very well. Very, very well. You know, lawyers, we hide a lot of things. Even at the level of the law school, they don't get to tell us what really happens. And I can say that here because it's a gathering of lawyers. After moving that motion, and then I got into the moods of practice, then the reality hit me. I discovered that although the legal profession is a noble profession, there are a lot of bad faith actors. Bad faith actors. You see lawyers who have been taught ethics like all of us were told in the law school, not willing to abide by that ethics. You come across judges, of course I say this, who are not willing to look at precedents or to give effect to some of the things they know beyond reasonable doubt that they ought to give effect to. You read in motions, lawyers knowingly citing authorities that they know have been overturned. Honestly, I must say this, if we had a lot of good faith actors in our profession. More than 60% of the cases that are in courts today will be resolved before they even walk into the court. And it will just take two lawyers, one on the opposing side and the other one, to just sit down, iron out almost 90% of the issues, and then they will have just one or two issues to resolve. But you see, unfortunately, that's not the case. And you come across colleagues that are willing to pull you down in order for them to succeed. Some of you who have started just recently maybe you have things, or you have run across things that can validate what I'm saying. So, President of NBA, our senior colleagues who are here, honestly, we have a lot to do. But for some of us who are starting, I tell you one thing. You don't have to compromise your standards. You don't have to compromise the ethics you have been told in law school for you to succeed. You see, when I talked about power, I said it's influence. The ability to influence things, to influence people. But the truth is, like the guest speaker has said, you cannot influence people if you don't have character. Character, to me, is the fountain of what we call power. And what is character? That people cannot separate you from your word. So if you ever give your word, let it be that when people discover that you have not lived up to the word, let them know that it was practically impossible for you to keep it, or that you had done everything humanly possible to keep it, but it became impossible. That is what will bring you out. Unfortunately, we live in a world that is infested with epidemics of moral crisis. So a lot of people may not have this character. I have developed a passion for a sport they call golf. I wish I had started earlier. And His Excellency will confirm this. If you want to know the character of anyone who plays golf, just take him to the golf course. Just allow him to play. If he can cut corners, you will know. If he's a cheat, you can know. If he's a liar, you will know. So I'll encourage some of you to take up to this. I'm not advertising for golf. What I'm saying is that it is important, if you want to understudy people, just get into golf. And occasionally, even when you have your colleagues, invite them to go and play golf. You know them more. So character is important. Character will form the foundation of the power base that you will build as a lawyer. We move to the next thing. Building qualitative networks. Invite your colleagues for lunch and dinner if you can afford it. Even the judges. If they will accept, you can invite them, build solid networks. That way you get to know them, they get to know you. And if a judge knows you very well, he knows your character, when there's a motion before you concerning you, he may not even think twice about it. You say, no, this man has the character not to deceive me or mislead me. And then you get things done at that level. And some of the lawyers you are inviting for maybe a get-together, to get to know them well, you never know where you can meet them. And you never know when you will need assistance from them. So that will help you. And in building networks, listen to this advice. Because I believe most of you as lawyers now are tempted to have only lawyers as friends. If we check your phones, perhaps more than 60 to 70% of your friends are lawyers. It's not too bad, but it's not good. When people in your network are those that are best in what you are good at, they are your competitors. But when you have people who are extremely good at the things you struggle with, then you have people who complete you. So when you are building these networks, deliberately seek after people who are exceptionally good at what you are struggling with. That way, you will be building friendship with people who complete you, rather than those who compete with you. Very, very important. The third thing I will say is that we must always learn to hold personal conversation with ourselves. But it's a very difficult exercise, I must warn you. You do meetings. You meet clients. You meet with people in government. You meet at committee levels. But one thing we'll always almost forget is to meet with ourselves. Hold a meeting with yourself. You know, I tell you why that is important. You have three phases to your life. The public phase, which of course we all over-decorate. You want everybody to know, oh, this is a wonderful man, this is great, so there are so many things you are hiding. Then you have the private life. Those are the ones that maybe small number of your family members will know. And maybe some friends that are very close to you. But you have the private life, your private life, which by far is the most important of all the three. And in your private life, you're doing things when people are not there, when people are not looking at you. And you are the only one who can meet with yourself to break that. I tell you that for free. There's some of us here maybe sniffing stuff. Your parents don't know. Nobody around you knows. Only you know. Some of us, I didn't want to bring this example, but I don't know why it came to mind, so let me say it. Some of us maybe this guy in Equatorial Guinea that has acquired notoriety for whatever he did, except that we have not been caught. But he was foolish enough to put what he was doing in private, his personal life, on tape, and they caught him. And you may argue that his own is excessive. But the truth is that even if you have done it once, you are the same. Because what is the difference between someone who has stolen 1 naira, was a thief? So this aspect of your personal life, sometimes it reflects on the other two. And most of the things you struggle with in life are at that level. I was with a friend. I will not mention his name. I'm sorry, if he listens to me, he will know that, yes, I'm talking about him. And then they called to say that his son had done something. And his response was, over my dead body, my son cannot do this because I know him 100%. So I overheard the conversation. When he was done, I said, bros, what gives you this level of confidence that you know your son 100%? Why? Because I know some other vices that he does, because I'm pretty close to him. I'm his confidant. For instance, I would say this one, that sometimes he takes little intoxicants, but he has never taken it home. And occasionally you find him with plenty tom-tom in his pocket. You know tom-tom? I think it kills the smell of the alcohol. So his wife, his son doesn't know. And I asked him a simple question. I said, what if they ask your son whether you have ever taken a pint of alcohol, or your wife? What do you think that their response would be? And God bless him with very strong brain. The only way you will know that he had touched a little intoxicant is that he laughs a lot. So he said to me that, honestly, if they were to ask the wife or any of his children, they can vouch to the highest heaven that he has never done so. I said, okay. Don't be surprised, you might discover that you have given birth to someone like you. And so it was a terrible thing, honestly speaking. And after a day, he called me, he said, sorry, what you told me was true. I was shocked that my son actually did that. So you see, the truth is that you could be our children. We don't know what you do when we are not there, when we are not looking at you. So when you discover that certain things are not working well in your life, sit down. Sit yourself down. Talk to yourself. Hold a meeting with yourself. Look at those areas that people don't see. Come face to face with your demons and challenge them. Some of us will have to drop certain habits in order to attain our full potentials. Some of us will have to drop some friends in order to achieve our full potentials. Well, I may not have much time, so let me stop there in respect to holding a meeting with yourself, but learn to always hold a meeting with yourself. I've done that. I'm not just saying it. I do that a lot. Right from the time I was in secondary school, I had this challenge. It was a big challenge. My form mistress would always write on my report card, not a serious student. You know why? When they were doing prep, you would never find me there. Anything they're doing, the only time I will be serious is when I see that the timetable of exams is out. In the absence of pressure, I discover that I'm useless. That is when you will never find me. And I carried that attitude up to the university. You will never see me in the library except it's 1 week or some few days to exams. Even today, I must confess this. I never thought about what I was going to say here except last night. So, it has been my own personal demon that I struggle to tame and control. That is that. So let's talk about courage. Courage is important. Very, very important, because it is said that fortune itself favors the brave. As young lawyers, whatever you know is right, if you have the opportunity and the power to do it, just go ahead and do it. If you falter, know that you are just a freaking coward. And cowards, as they say, die many times before their physical death. And I show you one last thing, because my time is out. I can see the moderator around. But this one is the most important secret of my life that I'm about to divulge. I don't think I've ever said this anywhere. So it will benefit you if you listen to me carefully. And I bet I won't take much time to go through it. I want to show you an enduring path to wealth. Because money, as they say, answereth all things. At the base of your knowledge, whatever your word, if you don't have the resources to back it, you are nobody. You see, unfortunately, some of us are tempted to think, oh, because our parents have made it, we don't have to struggle. But I think it was John M. Huntsman who once said that humans seldom have created anything of lasting or if in lasting value unless they were hurting or in pains. You know why? If I were to give you everything that I've acquired as your father, without passing with it the pens, the prayers, the passion, the perseverance that it took me to create that wealth, I will only be destroying you. Some of us who are Christians are aware of the story of the prodigal son who challenged the father and got his inheritance before the father's death. Now the problem with him was not that he didn't get what was his or what he deserved, but he got it too early. And in a matter of time, he found himself having squandered everything he had taken from the father, feeding swines or pigs, just in order to make a living until he came back to his senses. So that is the reason why many scions of very wealthy people never made it. Because although they got so much from people who have labored before them, the experience, the pains, the trials, the triumph, the prayers that took them to create that wealth was not passed to them. So I show you one enduring pathway that I've discovered. And I discovered it from books. And as a lawyer, one of the greatest advantages is that because of the volumes of the courses you read in school, you must be acquainted with books. I discovered that whatever God put into your hands, this is the secret, has seeds in it. Seeds. S-E-E-D-S. Whatever resources. Look at it as a fruit. In practice, you get paid by a client, you make money through some connections. Always remember this, that you have been given a fruit with seeds in it. If you consume these fruits, I've seen that from so many of our colleagues. Oh, when they made 5 million in those days, they were in Lagos, in London, they go to Cotonou and buy Tokumbo cars. By the time they come back, they have nothing. Why? Because they have eaten their fruit with the seeds embedded in them. But if you are a smart person who must build an enduring pathway to prosperity and wealth, always learn to remove the seeds and plant them. Planting them may not be that you're taking it to the farm. It could be investment these days. I learned that from the farm when I used to manage my father's farm. Anytime they are harvesting, because we didn't have seed companies in Nigeria, they select the best part of the crop to be preserved as the seed that will be planted next year. So this is what has worked for me. That has been my secret. And never look at any resources that come to your hand as too small. No matter how small, it has a seed. When I started here in Abuja as a young lawyer, I could make 100,000 instead of spending everything. I go back home, and would buy a small plot for 20,000, 30,000, 50,000. If I tell you the value of those plots now, you'll be shocked. It's amazing. But I could easily have said 100,000 is nothing. I carry friends to a dinner at Sheraton. In those days, it was a very popular thing we used to do. And then we work it in seconds. There are some that will make money and take what they call Glenfiddich 50-year-old. It's about $50,000. So you sit down with friends and drink 2 duplexes and walk away. How incredibly stupid can someone be? So, and as young people learn to invest and invest, because you will still have family to bring up, you still have businesses you will fund and run, and you will still have so many things that you can now use to fall back on. So remember, anytime you have a blessing, no matter how small it is, there is a seed in it, and you will do well not to eat it with the seed. Lastly, be innovative, because innovation is the center of wealth. Innovation is transformative. Anyone who out-innovates you will out-compete you. I wish I had more time, but I must draw this speech to an end. Thank you very much. It's not enough that you have listened to me. Make sure that you put these things I have said into practice, because knowledge is knowledge. Knowledge does not equate wisdom. Wisdom is actually putting into effect what the knowledge that you have acquired. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you. Just before you go, please, a minute, sir. Please, you have a quick task, yes. So I have been told to give you this, to take pictures with it just before you leave. And then after this, you may just take some space there. So the team has a presentation, and I'd like to quickly bring up, we have His Excellency here already, Afam Osigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, who is the National President, NBA. I'm also bringing up Are Muyiwa Akinboro, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Please continue to celebrate them. We have Chief Emeka Obegulo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. We also have Chief Paul Harris Ogbole, another Senior Advocate of Nigeria. And then we have the NBAabuja branch chairman, who is Steve Emelieze Esquire. Please welcome them as they come upstage for their special recognitions and presentations.
The Right Honorable Yakubu Dogara, Commander of the Federal Republic, it's an honor to present this award of recognition to you, recognition of your immense contribution to the NBAabuja YLF Abuja Summit 2024. Thank you so very much. For giving an award to somebody.
For being present. Well, I have the singular honor to also invite our president, the president of Africa's largest bar, just to thank him for finding out time. It's not every day that you invite a president to an event and he comes personally. He has so many lieutenants, first vice, second vice, third vice. You will agree with me that he deserves this award. He has sat with us from the commencement to this stage. Mr. President, sir, on behalf of the Young Lawyers Forum of NBAabuja, your branch, your own branch, where you were also chairman at one time, we want to say thank you so much for all the support. The Young Lawyers Forum has already extolled some of the virtues. They are indeed very glad when the Young Lawyers Forum chairman mentioned to them that the president graciously, at the last NEC, offered them to pay 40,000 for NEC for between now and May next year. It has never happened. So you are a president of the youth. We are most grateful for your presence, sir.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations, the President,
Next is
National Bar Association. So we have more awards for another Senior Advocates of Nigeria, Are Olumuyiwa Akinboro.
we're taking good.
Please hold on. Please do not leave yet. Just after the presentation, we'll have a group picture, so we'll be fast.
Next is Are Olumuyiwa Akinboro. On behalf of the Young Lawyers Forum, in recognition of the support you gave to them as a gold sponsor, and also being here all the way, the support, the encouragement. On behalf of the Young Lawyers Forum, we'd like to say thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations to you, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Are Olumuyiwa Akinboro. So we have up next Chief Emeka JP, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Next is Chief Emeka Obegolu JP Akajugwa Aniocha. We'd like to say thank you very much on behalf of the Young Lawyers Forum for your support. They in fact mentioned to me that from the very first day they came to your office, you encouraged them, you gave them their check immediately, and in all ways you have assisted them. You have also showed that by being present here from commencement to this stage. The branch is indeed very grateful to you for all of your support. Thank you so much, sir.
Congratulations, sir. Congratulations. In more recognitions, we have Chief Paul Harris, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Yes. This is the Ogigomebe himself. High Chief Paul Harris Obele, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. On behalf of the Young Lawyers Forum of your branch, the Unity Bar, we are very grateful for your support. He stated it, the chairman of the Young Lawyers Forum stated it that in less than 24 hours after they visited you, you gave them your support. In fact, when the money hit the branch account, I called the chairman to say, where is this coming from? What is it for? Because it was like a tsunami. We are very grateful. We are very, very grateful to you. Thank you, sir.
Who likes that kind of a tsunami? A positive one. Congratulations, sir. So, the presenter will now become the presentee. Sir, please, you have the floor now to present to Mr. Steve Emeleze, Esquire. He's been recognized for his immense contribution to the NBAabuja Abuja Summit.
Oh, okay, I presented to you.
So it's to him?
No, to you. Oh, to me?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, sir, on behalf of the Young Lawyers Forum of Abuja, NBA, Unity Bar, I have the honor of presenting this award to you for your exemplary role as the chairman of the branch, your wisdom in choosing the right leadership for our young lawyers, putting the square pegs in square holes and round pegs in round holes, for your leadership in raising the bar in Abuja and making it the frontline bar across the nation. We thank you, Mr. Chairman. We appreciate you, and on behalf of the young lawyer, I present this to you.
Congratulations to all the awardees. Yes, please, we are set. The floor is ready for group pictures. Please, where are your awards, sir? Yes. That was too fast.
Great job you are doing here. Please help me celebrate with my co-conqueror. Help me clap for her. She's been doing a fantastic job. I mean, I believe she's the reason why we made it a lady for gender balancing. So right away, I just want to welcome some persons to give us a very brief address for 60 seconds each. Legopedia, I don't know if your representative is here. Legopedia. That is Andromeda and Defiki. If you are in the house, please, can you just signify? Okay, please just come up for your brief address. Thank you. And Linda Ake, the author of Breaking Boundaries, should please get ready to just address us almost immediately. Thank you. Thank you. So you just...
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andromeda Andefiki, representing Legopedia Nigeria. I just want to tell you what Legopedia is. It's basically an electronic library for the legal resources. You can get everything on it. You can use it as a research platform because you can get judgments, laws of the federation, rules of court, state rules of court. You can get forms, precedents. You can get all the articles and journals. There we have legal dictionaries too. And then we have a special feature which is called the AI Counsel. You can use it to draft your brief and agreements and so forth. You can even have real-time conversations with it. You can ask it questions and get replies back. So we'll be running a discount for the summit, and I'll be outside to entertain anybody that's interested. Thank you very much.
So if you want to get more information about Legopedia, you could just meet them outside and you get all the details you need. So right now, Linda Ake, the author of Breaking Boundaries, could you just come up for the next 60 seconds. Thank you. Please, a round of applause for her. She's a renowned author. And she's going to be launching her book very soon. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please pardon me if I'm a little bit shaky. Yeah. So I'm the author to the book Breaking Boundaries. I'm just going to give a brief story about myself. I'm a lawyer and also a tech lawyer. I wrote the law school exams 4 times, and I was writing it back to back, but at some point I almost gave up because growing up, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. And I remember when I got into the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, I was just 15 years old then. And, you know, so many people gave up on me. And one thing I came to realize is that whenever you fail in this life, the fact that people gave up on you, that should kind of fuel your hunger for success. And the fact that I was going back to write the exam wasn't because of I was trying to prove any point to anyone, because I had friends that were doing very well then. Most of my friends, they graduated with a first class, went to law school and graduated with a first class, but that didn't stop me from pursuing my dreams. And the funniest part is that, like, I wrote, there are three key points that is in this book. 1, God; 2, perseverance; and 3, resilience. I never knew I was a lover of God. I never knew I could persevere. And I never knew I could push through. Because everybody literally gave up on me. Everybody, including, you know, some family members. But my godfather stood by me, retired Justice F.F. Tabai, because he told me that he believed in me. So when I passed the exam, I was thinking of how I could make up for the years I lost, because I graduated in 2015. But you know, there's a way God works. He skyrocketed my career, that I started as a legal and a compliance officer. Immediately I got called to the Nigerian bar with no experience. And from that 2021 till date, as a legal and compliance officer, I was able to get certification courses on data protection, the likes of data protection, cyber security, business and analysis and all. And you know, because I thought that if I passed the law school exam, I wasn't going to pass, that means that's the end of the road for me, I grew more closer to God, and I'm always happy to share my story as a source of inspiration to young lawyers out there, that you shouldn't give up on yourself. The only time you should be scared of failing is when you give up on yourself. So I'll be glad if you can get a copy. You know, it could be a source of inspiration to anyone out there that is going through failure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Linda. I encourage you to get the book as you get more information on our story. Okay, without much ado, we are going to proceed into the panel session. It's going to be a mouth-watering session and a worthwhile session. So I'll call up my co-compare again, Ruth, to join me upstage so that we can do this together. All our panelists are set and they are ready to deliver. So our panel session is themed practice opportunities. So I want you to get your writing materials now. And we have 6 facilitators. We have 6 facilitators. And the first on the list is Professor Olarewaju Aladeitan. He's a specialist in energy and natural resources. A round of applause for him, please. We also have MJ Numa, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. He's one of the youngest and finest senior advocates of Nigeria. You can see he's still on his wig and gown. Okay, not his wig and gown actually, but his legal attire. I'm sure he's coming straight from court for the love of the profession. We have Amuche Onyedum, Honorable Magistrate. Please celebrate her. She's a district court judge. We also have Associate Professor Junaidu Bello. We have also Mojirayo Ogunlano Nkanga, a non-profit and human rights practitioner. And we also have Wada Wada, who is in the public sector. And it gives me great delight to welcome my mentor and my principal, Chief Paul Harris Odbole, who is going to be moderating this session, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Help me clap for my mentor, please.